Ja'Marr Chase has played with and against some of the best NFL players of all time. So today, this wheel is going to help us turn this empty Madden team into a team full of superstars that'll hopefully become a team full of Super Bowl champions. Okay, what is going to be the first player we add to the squad? It's going to be Trent McDuffie, a rival of Ja'Marr Chase's, if you will. And Ja'Marr Chase obviously hates playing the Kansas City Chiefs because it's always a good battle, always a good test. And mostly has to do with Trent McDuffie guarding him. And so Trent McDuffie is going to be the first player added to the Dream Team. That now raises us up to a 45 overall, baby. Let's go. Okay, next player added to the squad. Come on, man. 94 overall is a great start. And we're going to stay on the defensive side of the ball. And this time, we're going to add a teammate of Ja'Marr. And so, yeah, we're going to stay in-house with this one. Jermaine Pratt, 78 overall star dev. Not the most exciting player, but definitely a key need as a middle linebacker. Okay, third player. Can we get some offense, man? Can we get some offensive firepower here? Come on, that's what I'm talking about right there. Tyreek Hill. Ja'Marr Chase was recently asked to build his all-time fantasy football squad, and he added
wide receiver. I would probably use Tyreek.
I mean, what a start for the offensive side of the ball. We're gonna add Tyreek Hill to the Cincinnati Bengals. Are you kidding me? Okay, what a start to the offensive side of the ball. Are you kidding me? Tyreek Hill as our first player, and we're gonna follow it up with, come on, give me Aaron Rodgers, come on. And Aaron Rodgers was another player that Ja'Marr Chase would add to his all-time fantasy football squad. And thankfully for us, with these rules of the Dream Team, we get to add the prime version of these players. So Aaron Rodgers is going to be a 99 overall superstar X Factor. And although he is a 99 overall, we might be adding someone else to the squad later down the road. All right, boys, let's keep it moving. Offense is on fire right now, and it's going to stay that way. And the man we almost just got, we will get now, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He was obviously a teammate of Ja'Marr Chase's during LSU's 2019 Natty run. And so since Clyde's prime wasn't that long, he is only gonna be an 85 star def, but that's not a terrible addition to the team. Okay, dude, we got what, 3 straight offensive players. Can we head back to the defense? No, we're going to stick with another Bengals great wide receiver in Chad Ochocinco. Obviously, Ja'Marr and Chad have built up a connection with Ja'Marr also becoming a Bengals all-time great receiver. That's another insane wide receiver we get to add to the team. Okay, we are on quite the generational run when it comes to the offensive players here. Are we going to stay on the offense, or are we going to move over to the defense? And that looks like we are moving over to the defense. As much as I wanted to add Jaden Daniels to the squad. Ja'Marr Chase also talked about the most annoying cornerbacks they go up against, and he mentioned
Marlon Humphreys.
So we're going to add another superstar cornerback to the secondary in Marlon Humphrey. He looks so weird in a Bengals uniform, by the way. I mean, this team is looking good. If the goal is to win a Super Bowl, yeah, the team is looking good. But we still got a long ways to go, and we're going to stay in the secondary. With Grant Delpit obviously being a LSU teammate of Ja'Marr Chase's when they won a Natty. And although Grant Delpit was one of the best safeties in college, he's only going to be an 81 overall, but I'll take it 100%. All right, man, let's stay on the defensive side of the ball. We're getting a little streak here. We're getting a streak, and that's going to come to an end just like that. We're going to move over to the offense and add arguably Ja'Marr Chase's best friend. 96 overall Joey B, man, and this should have been the year he won his first MVP, but it just unfortunately didn't happen. And for some reason, it has Joe Burrow as a wide receiver right now, but that's going to have to change when we add more receivers. We do not need Joe Burrow playing receiver. And man, only a couple more players until the offense is set. Offense has so much talent here, and we're gonna just miss out on Sauce Gardner. Mekhi Wingo, he was a defensive tackle for LSU. Obviously the same college that Ja'Marr Chase went to. Not the most exciting addition to the team, but we did need a defensive tackle at the end of the day, so I can't complain a whole lot. And are we gonna add Ja'Marr Chase? No, but we are gonna add another Triple Crown winner. And we asked to list his Mount Rushmore for wide receivers. Ja'Marr Chase had Cooper Kupp on there. They both won the Triple Crown as well, so I mean, it only makes the most sense in the world. All right, man, offense is coming together. Like I said, only need a couple more pieces until that whole thing is complete. And are we gonna stay and add our tight end? We are. And just like Tyreek Hill, Ja'Marr wants Rob Gronkowski on his all-time fantasy squad. And honestly, I don't blame him. All we're really missing is an offensive line for the offense to be truly complete. But instead, we're gonna add another insane receiving threat. I mean, does this really need to be said? Like, do I really need to explain why Justin Jefferson is about to be on Ja'Marr Chase's dream team? No, I don't think I do. too. And crazy enough, Justin Jefferson's not even going to be wide receiver 1 on Ja'Marr Chase's dream team. Okay, let's keep marching, man. The wheel is shrinking. The wheel is shrinking. And finally, we get our wish. And just like that, the offensive line is complete. I mean, I would say the offense is complete, but you gotta stay tuned because we're gonna be adding a couple more players. I mean, we still have a lot more defensive players to add to this team. And I mean, if you've seen before, Ja'Marr Chase's defense has sold him out of winning games. So we need to make sure this defense is as OP as possible. And what a start, Micah Parsons. Now, Micah Parsons and Ja'Marr Chase did work out together in the offseason 1 or 2 seasons ago. I mean, I gotta add Micah Parsons, man. I need a left outside linebacker too, so this is perfect. Finally, make it back over to the defensive side of the ball where Micah Parsons is our first superstar X Factor. I mean, let's add a couple more superstar X Factors on this defense, huh? I mean, we got some insane talent on this wheel still. And is it going to stay on Sauce Gardner? No, it's going to land on Sam Hubbard. I mean, not a bad player by any means at all, Sam Hubbard. He is only a 76 star dev. But I feel like he's going to be able to perform a lot better when he's next to Micah Parsons on the defensive line. Okay, let's keep rolling, boys. Keep rolling. We're adding a bunch of defensive talent to this team, man. Denzel Ward. And if you haven't guessed it, Ja'Marr Chase also believes Denzel Ward's very pesky and annoying corner to go up against. So we're going to make him a Cincinnati Bengal. And that is now our 3rd superstar cornerback on this team. Okay, yeah, we got a couple more cornerbacks on this list to add to the secondary. And we're going to be starting with, nope, not Pat Pete. We're going to go and get Trey Hendrickson. This man literally led the NFL in sacks this past season, so Ja'Marr Chase would love to have him on his dream team, and I am very sad that he is no longer a Saint. I can't believe we let him walk and go to the Bengals in the first place. But okay, yeah, the wheel is shrinking, boys. The wheel is getting smaller and smaller, yet there's still a bunch of talent to add to this team. We're going to be adding another cornerback. And before Ja'Marr Chase's NFL debut, he said this about Patrick Peterson. And Pat Pete didn't even play on an NFL team this past year, man. That's so brutal. But in his prime, he was one of the best cornerbacks to ever lace them up. We now get to finally add our first superstar X Factor cornerback. All right, we're gonna keep moving along, boys. Keep moving along and add another cornerback, Jalen Ramsey. One of the best cornerbacks in the NFL, according to Ja'Marr Chase. It's now gonna be a Cincinnati Bengal just like that. Now, all we really need is 2 more players on defense until this team is built and ready to compete for a Super Bowl. Let's keep moving along, boys. We got a handful of players left. A handful of players left, and then is another defensive player, a linebacker. We need one of those. Now, Patrick Queen was a teammate of Ja'Marr Chase when they won the national championship at LSU. And all we need is a defensive tackle, and we are done on the defense. Come on, wheel. Give me something good, man. Give me something good. Okay, we're going to land on Joe Mixon. Obviously, a longtime teammate of Ja'Marr Chase in the NFL on the Bengals. And he is on the Texans now, and I actually can't believe Joe Mixon does not have a face scan still. He's been in the NFL for 8 years, and this man does still not have a face scan. But we are going to bring him back to Cincinnati for this for the Super Bowl run. Okay, 4 players left. 4 players left. We are going to add Mason Smith. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have much reason for adding Mason Smith to the team other than he went to LSU like Ja'Marr. So yeah, I just need a defensive tackle. I'm not gonna lie. 3 players left, boys. What are we gonna get? Are we gonna stay on Tyrann Mathieu? Oh my God, yes. Yes, Tyrann Mathieu. Now, when Ja'Marr Chase was asked what was his welcome to the NFL moment, he responded with this.
You know, when I played Kansas City, I'll say that was like my welcoming game because that was my first time playing against Tyrann.
So we're gonna add one of my favorite players of all time, Tyrann Mathieu, another LSU great just like Ja'Marr himself. And he's also from New Orleans just like Ja'Marr, so this is perfect. And our final wheel spin is, are we gonna get Ezekiel Elliott or Mike Gesicki? We're gonna get prime Ezekiel Elliott. And Ja'Marr said that for his all-time fantasy squad at halfback, he'd want Ezekiel Elliott, and I don't blame him, man. Prime Zeke was a freak. And that is gonna round out Ja'Marr Chase's offensive dream team. Let me make sure Joe Burrow is starting though. And defense also is looking amazing. Not as good as offense, but good enough, hopefully. And before we begin our post postseason run, I got to do one more thing. You guys didn't think Ja'Marr Chase wasn't going to be on his own dream team, did you? He's only a 97 overall, so he's not going to be wide receiver 1 or 2 on his own dream team, which is kind of funny, but he'll be getting some run for sure as a 97 overall. But okay, moment of truth, boys. We're going to sim to the playoffs. Can the Cincinnati Bengals make it? 15-2. We easily make the playoffs. Joe Burrow led the league in passing yards. Zeke was 3rd in rushing yards. Ramsey and Delpit went crazy, and Cooper Kupp was 3rd in receiving yards with 28 touchdowns. 54-10 for Burrow. I think he won MVP. Zeke had 1,300 yards, 19 tutties. Kupp 1,500 yards. Jamar had 1,000. Jettas and Gronk right behind him. Defensively, Trey Hendrickson had 10.5 sacks. Micah Parsons 10. Chuba 8. Ramsey and Delpit really had 8 interceptions together. But okay, our divisional round opponents, the Ravens. Okay, we're 15-2. There's no way we're gonna lose to the Ravens, right? Like, there's no way we should lose to the Ravens. We should easily make it to the AFC Championship game. 21-18. Come on, Joey B. Come on, 21-21. Come on. Come on. Come on. This team couldn't even win a playoff game. We actually couldn't even win a playoff game. Lamar Jackson outplayed Joe Burrow in the playoffs. Joe Mixon and Zeke both had 50 yards. Zeke was our leading receiver. Guys, what were we doing? So we went 15-2 and did not win a Super Bowl while having the NFL MVP, the Coach of the Year, and Offensive Player of the Year. And we still did not win a Super Bowl. Well, Ja'Marr Chase's dream team was a 93 overall, and yet they still could not win it all. But I did the same thing with Saquon Barkley and built his dream team to see if they could win a Super Bowl. So if you think they can, let me know. Otherwise, check it out right here.